Let's bring in Eddie Ghabour. Great to have you here, Eddie. The PCE inflation report just came in basically right in line, up 2.3% over the last 12 months. I mean, what does this mean for the markets? And I guess, what will the Fed do next month?
I still think the Fed is probably going to cut another 25 basis points in December. The reality is the data that's coming in is supportive of the fact that they really don't need to cut anymore. And I think it's a mistake to cut. But regardless, I think they'll continue. This report shows that the economy and the consumer is resilient, and inflation is going to stay very sticky. And the concern is if they continue to cut aggressively, it could cause inflation to reaccelerate next year and have them have to change course. So that's our biggest concern over the next 6 months, because the market really does not need the Fed to intervene here. It is fine where it's at. I prefer them to let the capital markets and the bond market take over, but they don't care about my opinion. I think they're still going to cut in December.
Do we get a Santa rally?
I think we will. Look, we're overbought right now, in my opinion. So we expect, and we've told clients, we expect to see some softness here in the next week or two. Tech is already showing that right now. But I think there's so much cash on the sideline because people were not positioned correctly pre-election that they're going to have to play catch-up. And I think you'll see a lot of cash come off the sidelines and buy the small dip that we expect here over the next 2 weeks. And that should carry us through the month of December and going into January.
You know, Eddie, Goldman Sachs, we talked about this earlier. Goldman Sachs says consumers face significant consequences from Trump's proposed tariffs on Canada. How does that impact things, do you think?
So, look, I think a lot of this is just narrative. At the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to what the capital markets are telling us and following the bond market. A lot of these tariffs that everyone's trying to be so concerned with, nothing's actually happened yet. This is just narrative right now. So let's see what actually happens before we make any decisions on what that means to the consumer.
Very sensible, Eddie Ghabour. As always, Eddie, thank you.